It's not just an ordinary Tuesday. Welcome to Terrier Tuesdays, the show where you can get to know some of Boston University's best and brightest student athletes.
Welcome back to another edition of Terrier Tuesdays, Alumni Edition. We are thrilled to be joined by former men's hockey player Eric Gryba from the class of 2010. Eric, welcome to Terrier Tuesdays.
Hey, thanks for having me back. Feel like I'm back on Calm Ave.
There you go. Good to see you. Hard to believe it's been 10 years since you graduated. That's
Yeah, it is really hard to believe that.
So I think the best way to describe your playing days was fan favorite. People still to this day, definitely when your name comes up, fans loved you. The way you played, 4-year player, and who went on to the NHL, but certainly made your mark at BU, and the Gryba smash still to this, the best part was when Edmonton, the Oilers started putting that on some of their tweets.
I know.
And I was like, wow, I don't know who in the dog pound started that. I don't know. Somebody, maybe I'll ask around to figure out for sure.
I don't know if it was Hot Dog and Jesus or who.
Very possible.
It was very possible it was them. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them if they were the ones that started that. But yeah, those were the good old days. There was a website there for a while. It was, where it was at any given point throughout the day.
I think there was a T-shirt, I think.
Oh, there was a T-shirt. I think my mom still has one, actually.
Nice.
T-shirts kicking around, yeah.
People remember you for penalty minutes too. The all-time leader there, 354. Yeah, you got to play a lot to get there. So
yeah, that's true. I know the fans may have liked it or may not have. I know old Jack Parker there sometimes has issues with me, but
I think there was I think you had a line one time joking about maybe naming the penalty box after you at some point. That option.
I thought it would have been named after me by now.
I know. We got to maybe we'll put out the call. People will donate. And finally, that's one of the few things that at Agganis it doesn't have something a name attached to it. So
yeah, absolutely.
That record's probably not going to get topped.
Probably not, just because I think the game has changed.
The best, yeah.
I was kind of on that cusp of it was still kind of old school, but really the game was starting to get faster. But now it's, as you know, she's all speed and you can't. There's less and less of that game around these days.
Right. We actually, there was. I remember when Coach Quinn came back in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd been gone for 4 years.
Yeah.
And he looked at the penalty minute numbers, and those last 4 years, Coach Parker's, they were high for the team, and he's like, "You've got to be kidding me! This is gonna change." We had in the Coach Parker's last year, we had something like 500 and I can't remember. 500 something for the team, and then Quinny's first year was like 300. So right away. So that was probably about that time, as you said. Things have changed, and I think that there's a few records that are ever going to be tough. A lot of the scoring records too, like John Cullen's career points. Nobody's going to touch that. Put that banner up at the arena. I think that happened while you were here, and because knowing that was never going to get topped, and I think yours is safe in there.
Right.
The other thing, the ones that get broken now are the goalie records. It's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, your goalie records, those ones will keep getting topped and whatnot. But I think you're right. I think me and Colin are the two safe ones.
Yeah. Obviously, you were part of the 2009 team, a special team, and I think as we look back over the years and look at the accomplishments of the team then, and then what guys went on to do, the coolest thing is that all 6 of you on the defensive end there all made it to the NHL. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Pretty solid decor when every one of your guys played in the National League at some point. It was, you could say we were deep.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you Strady and Gilroy, you and Warsofsky, and then Colby and Shaddy.
More so, yeah. So that was great. It was, our decor was deep, but I mean, you also had guys up front who could put the puck in there, right? Like, and that year you had Milan that was, kicking it hard. So I mean, it was really like Yeah, there's a reason why we went into that ranked number 1 going into the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty lights out team. And yeah, just, I mean, the fact that, was it 11 guys? I've counted before. I think it was around 11 or 12 guys that played or are still currently playing in the National League.
Yeah, it's been
You
crazy.
don't have many, junior teams that do that. You don't have college. Like, that's a pretty rare number of that many guys to move on to that next level.
For sure. Yeah, and your partner Warsofsky, he's still playing. You guys were great. The tallest D and the shortest D there. You guys worked well together.
I know. We also, I don't know if you don't remember this, but I think there was me and Warsaw. We were killing a 5-on-3 in the bean pot, and we had a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
And he shot and scored. I was a little rattled. I wanted to pass over. He did.
I definitely remember that. Yep. DC is where all the magic happened that year, and we celebrated that last year. It was a shame you couldn't be at the reunion. You were missed.
Oh, I know. That was such a crappy timing. Had some family stuff pop up. I couldn't get out of it, and yeah, it was. I was really looking forward to getting back there with all the guys and reminiscing about all those good and bad times. That was definitely missed.
Yeah, it was a great night. What, as you look back, what's a memory from DC that stands out?
I mean, obviously the game. I mean, well, there's probably 2 things that really stand out.
The crazy thing is the Vermont game. Like nobody remembers the Vermont game, and that was amazing.
No one remembers that game.
Yeah, right.
No one remembers that. Like, but the final game, the 2 things that really stand out for me were, well, Jack yelling at me after the first period. He's like, I had 2 penalties. Like, Gryba, you take another penalty, and I'm dialing it back here. You take 1 more penalty, we're screwed. That's it. You're done. Okay, I know we're going more penalties.
Yeah.
And then the other one was where were we? Oh, we went out after the game, after we won. So we'd already won the game and everything like that. And someone's ringing the doorbell. My stupid wiener dogs are going nuts. Anyway, we're after the game and we show up and there's like 20 bottles of champagne at this bar restaurant we were going to grab a bite after. And we're like, hey, what's up with these bottles of champagne? There's like 20 open bottles of champagne. And he's like, oh, some guy was here, ordered them with like 5 minutes left in the third period. He's a Miami, Ohio fan, ordered them, paid for them, had them opened, and we came back and won. He just like signed his tab and walked out after we won in overtime. It's like, I'm out.
Oh, man. I can only imagine.
Oh, man, yeah. And then hearing the stories of like during the last few minutes of the game, how like they brought down the trophy room. They had championship. Miami guys had championship hats. Like the dean was down there, the president of school was down there, championship hats, T-shirts. And then we scored, and they're like, maybe we should probably maybe take these back. And we scored again. They're like, oh, give it back. We can't have, you guys can't have this stuff. This has got to get shipped overseas and donated to someone after if you guys don't win. So, yeah, it was pretty wild. And then I played with some guys that were on that team, on the Miami team, and they're telling me the same stories. Like, oh yeah, all the scratches were already wearing the championship hats, and they were like celebrating. And then, well, we came back, and the boys got her done.
Unbelievable. And then you came back for your senior year.
Mm-hmm.
What did you miss most about college life?
I think, well, I mean, definitely the camaraderie I definitely really, really miss. Once you turn pro, you're still close with your teammates, but once money gets involved, it's more of a job.
Sure.
Right? And it is. That's the definition of it. We're getting paid for what we're doing. Whereas, being a collegiate athlete, you're all in it really together. No one's getting paid. No one's really getting anything more or less than anybody else. It's everyone's pulling the rope the same direction. And, you definitely develop more of a camaraderie, and especially with your classmates, right? You've been with them for, your whole career or however many years you've been with them. Whereas, the amount of turnover on a professional team is like, year after year, there's tons of turnover, but also during the year, there's tons of turnover. You're losing friends, and there's just not, it's not the same feeling where, when you're in a collegiate college team, like you're in it together, you're in it there for the long haul, basically. So I do miss the camaraderie and I miss that aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I miss the college lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Then you went on to your pro career, went to play including the playoffs, over 300 NHL games, Senators, Oilers, Devils. People know your name. All you had to do is do a controversial hit in the playoffs, and people they'll remember that for a long time.
Just do one of those and you're fine. You'll be remembered forever.
Yeah, right. But yeah, you got to spend the vast majority of your career home in Canada with a couple teams. That's been pretty cool. Yeah,
that's pretty rare to be being a kid from Saskatchewan in the middle of the prairies, and then to play in obviously get drafted and play my first part of my career in Ottawa, and then getting traded and playing for the Oilers, which was really close to home. It was really cool. Family was able to come and friends are able to come a lot more to visit. It was pretty special to stay in Canada and really embrace that kind of Canadian passion for hockey. And it's, I'm very, very lucky that I was able to do that.
Sure. Edmonton is the team you're closest to from where you grew up. And then you got to play with the Devils and a guy that I think you're probably a big fan of, Scott Stevens. So you got to play for that team too. So pretty cool.
Yeah. Scott Stevens was my favorite player growing up. I guess him, Chris Pronger, and Rob Blake were kind of my guys, right? Those hard-nosed defensemen. I really like their game, and it was cool to finish my career with the New Jersey organization. And I got to play with Brian Straight again.
That's right.
See Straighty quite a bit. He was dealing with some head injury stuff, so we only got to play a couple games actually with him. Mm-hmm. But got to hang out with him all year and see Straighty and see that grouchy guy. So it was
right. So you guys are classmates, yeah?
Yeah, so we were classmates. So we were roommates for 3 years, and then he signed his pro deal, and I came back for my senior year.
Yeah.
But we were both as a groomsman in his wedding, and so it was good to see Brian and Ricky and the family, and it was cool.
Neat. And then Devils were your last NHL games there, and we changed the display. I don't know if you've seen the photos at all at Aganis where we used to put up the NHLers. They used to have like plaques and that. We changed things up, and then we have jerseys up now for all the guys who are currently playing. We have we have your Devils jersey.
Nice.
That was up there when you were playing. That was right when it opened, that display. So. Oh,
cool. Yeah. I think the last one that I saw in the lounge was stickers of guys. I didn't know if the jerseys. I don't know if there was jerseys or not there, but I think
that's in the team lounge. Right, we have that. All the guys that are currently in, but in the Aganis concourse where the fans can see it. That's where we have the jerseys.
Cool. Yeah, no, I haven't got. We were talking before. I got to get my butt back to BU and get to a game here once this COVID stuff ends.
Yeah, it'd be great. We'd make a big deal out of it. It'd be great. We put the camera on you in the stands and. The kids currently at school aren't gonna know. But some of the alums who have stuck around the area, you'll get quite a reaction.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. No, I look forward to it.
Yep. Now retired. Mm-hmm. You've been able to focus on a couple of your other passions.
Yeah.
Being an outdoorsman and a chef.
Yeah. I love hunting and fishing and cooking and the outdoors, and that's kind of morphed into a bit of a TV show up here in Canada. Actually, it's in the U.S. too. It's on Amazon Prime in the U.S., but it's called Grilling with Gryba, and it's a hunting show that I basically prepare anything with new unique recipes, any of the wild game that I harvest. So it's it's kind of a natural, easy fit for me, and I love sharing my stories and sharing what I'm doing in the great outdoors.
That's pretty cool. I know they started pushing some of that stuff out when it first came, and it was pretty cool. We watched it, and you looked like you were in your element.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I really Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's like I said, it comes naturally to me. I'm not faking too much there. That's pretty much how I am all the time. And, I'm usually messing around on my Instagram and doing the same things like that. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's a passion, and I really, really do enjoy doing it.
Yeah. You got quite a following from it too. I mean, when hockey careers come to an end, sometimes you figure out ways to still connect with people and connect with fans. And you've obviously done that, I think, and built up your social media following with this show.
Yeah, no, it's been good. And I love interacting with my followers and the fans, and always trying to and I feel it kind of keeps me honest too, in terms of always trying to do new, interesting things, and not just getting stuck in the same old rut. Because lots of times when I'm following people on Instagram, it's because I want to learn something, or I want someone to inspire me, or me to learn to do something in a different way, or see something in a different light. So I mean, those are people that I like following. So I try and do that as much as I can on my social media presence.
Yeah. And now you married, and you've been a dad for a couple of years now. So how's that life?
A 2-year-old daughter, and married up here in Saskatchewan, and no, it's been fantastic. It's dad life is awesome. I love it. It's definitely different than the college life. I'll give you that. My French braid is getting pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Work hard on my French braid, and no, it's great. And this COVID has been obviously hard on everybody, and but at the same time, it's been a kind of a blessing for us to get to spend more time with the family. And just because at the start of when she was first born, I was still playing, so I really wasn't around that much. Mm-hmm. And then since retiring, and COVID following, pretty much right after that, I've had time to spend a lot of time with the family, and it's been it's been good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today. It was great to catch up, and like I said, 10 years. It goes by pretty quick, and
Me.
You guys are part of a great group, one that many Terrier fans fondly remember, and we'd love to have you back sometime.
No, I plan on making my way back there, and I'll be stopping by Tees to get my pregame meal, and
there you go,
and then head over to Aganis. So
we still go up there, even try to help them out, and as well as the other local businesses near campus right now. But they'd love to see you.
No, that's awesome.
Well, thanks again.
Hey, thanks for having me. Take care.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Terrier Tuesdays. Give us a follow on our social media accounts at BUF.